God. Get warmed up. Stretch out. All right. Ready? Time to duel.
Still
Okay.
gonna fail on all your throws.
Probably. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Idiots Rolling Dice. My name is Mimic. I am the Dungeon Master of this campaign. Welcome back to the epic. Cue the intro. I am joined, as always, or as most of the time, by some very wonderful people. My players, my friends. It's good to be back here. Starting first with Miss Daisy Cakes.
Hi, everybody. I'm the kind of darkish blob over here. I play Talia for this campaign, and she's socially awkward and very shy, nervous, anxious, you know, all those words, all associated with not being around people for a long time. Getting adjusted and having friends helps. But, yeah, just trying not to die, pretty much. Which we've succeeded so far.
Emphasis on the so far. Next up, Mr. Jimmy.
Yo, Jimmy here, playing Jade Dragonborn. Still trying to adjust to the new campaign and hanging out with the friends, and just chilling. Ready to have some fun tonight.
Yeah. Last, not least, Mr. Vex.
What's poppin'? I play Jax. He's a little rough around the edges, but he's slowly warming up to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of an asshole.
Play is unfortunately not able to join us tonight, but we will get him back next week. And that brings us to last time we were all together. Our adventurers made their way to the great city of Athens. The scale of the grand city amazed many of our friends, yet with their keen senses, they noticed a significant military presence from other regions in the city. They then proceeded up to the castle, where they met the heroic King Theseus, who was receptive to the idea that action needed to be taken against the Eclipse Remnant, and would share the news and come up with a plan at a banquet tonight with holy men and nobles from all across Greece who were meeting in the palace. Jax and their disgruntled friend Artisan Misa were invited to the feast by Theseus as officers of the Athenian army, while the other three headed back into the city to learn the fate of Demetrius's family, who had told him that they were going to serve with the Athenian reclaimers. However, their names were not listed among the Athenian records. While in the agora, Talia, Jax, and Jade witnessed a talented weaver be lauded as more skillful than the gods. This, unfortunately, drew the ire of a very vengeful goddess of wisdom. As Athena crashed down in the middle of the city, casting a curse on the weaver and threatening our heroes while questioning them for the location of General Misa. Up at the palace, the bank was in full swing. However, in all his security prep, Jax failed to check the kitchen, as many of the guests and attendants, including King Theseus, began to choke to death on poisoned wine. Jax was able to slow the poison's effect on Theseus and had some of his guards escort him to the throne room, while a priest of Delphi and his crack team of bodyguards also exited the room. Athena then teleported the rest of the party up to the palace, and thanks to some urging from Jax, created several pots of curing waters. However, her gaze was locked on Artisan, and she chased him until he jumped off a cliff in order to escape. Noticing the priest of Delphi and his guards headed up to the throne room, Demetrius surmised that something may be going on up there, only to witness Theseus' guards has been slain, and despite a valiant effort to try and interrupt the magic, Theseus, the priest, and the guards were all transported away, leaving our heroes at the center of an attack on all of Greece, with an angry goddess mere feet away. So you are all standing in the throne room, staring at the spot where Theseus, the priest, and the warriors were just standing. Just beyond them are the bodies of several Athenian guards and soldiers who escorted Theseus up to the throne room. And storming up the stairs is Athena, followed by several awestruck soldiers. All of them begin shouting and clamoring. What have you done with the king? And traitors! And torchlight flickers as Athena enters the room. What are you guys doing?
Just kind of staring into the space where Theseus was.
Being scared. What, where'd they go?
Can I walk over, make like an Arcana check to see what spell was used?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or if I'm familiar with the spell. 11 plus 3, 14?
You're not familiar with any magic that you've ever seen come across this. With a 14, you can tell that this is not like holy magic of Olympus. It's some kind of teleportation spell. There was like a purplish hue to it. So obviously it's not like this. The priest of Delphi is a priest of Apollo. You would know that. Nothing indicates anything to do with like Apollo's Olympian magic would have been used with that. So
Gotcha.
All the soldiers like begin pointing their spears at you. Athena marches towards you as well. Is anyone else doing anything at the scene before you probably all get arrested?
I'm not really sure what to do. Still kind of weirded out by everything that's been going on, and I'm still, freaked out about all the people with the poisoning and whatnot. So I'm just kind of like staring and not really knowing what to do.
Make a perception check as you stare around the room.
Nat 1. Great start.
You're just panicked, obviously.
I can't even think.
You reacted fast, downstairs with the curing water pots, but now it's just like you were in a like really serious combat. You don't know what happened. People vanished right in front of you. There's all these dead soldiers here that you saw alive moments earlier, and a bunch of people are very angrily marching towards you. So there's not really, in this case, you're rightfully concerned. Jade, are you doing anything, looking at the scene, or trying to make any sort of pleas to anyone?
I'm just staring at, just like Jax is, just staring in the oblivion, just like, what happened here?
Okay, so Athena takes charge of all the situation. The soldiers were all like panicked about Theseus being gone, and like this mass of dead bodies, and also the dead people downstairs are still like also balancing the fact that something fucking miraculous is happening right next to them at the same time. So there's a little bit of distance for them. You all see that the large man who was downstairs in the banquet hall and was talking with King Theseus before you guys got in today walks up the stairs kind of late behind the rest of the group. But Athena marches forward and says, what happened here?
Jax gets up from like trying to detect that spell and kind of clears his throat. Goes, well, obviously there's an attack. Not your typical like war attack, more like espionage, spy kind of shit. And pretty much all a distraction, either to kill Theseus or to take him away. And obviously they took him away.
Do you know who was responsible?
Pretty sure. I can kind of guess. We don't know who exactly it was, but it was the priest of Apollo, right?
Yeah.
Or is it Apollo? Okay. And I'm not even sure he was the actual priest anyway.
She looks you up and down, and you get the sense just by her kind of like gazing at you that she knows that you're telling the truth here in this instance. She has like this helmet on. She sits it down and walks over to the throne, kind of past the corpses of the dead bodies. She turns to like the mass of soldiers and says, make sure these bodies are taken care of. And several of the soldiers that are still alive move in and like start dealing with the bodies of the slain guards on the ground. The priest of Athena, who was one of the ones who didn't drink the poison and helped you with the saving of people, both Talia and Jax, walks over to all of you. He obviously bows his head and says, "Goddess, I am not worthy to be in your presence." She says, "Rise." And he looks to you and says, "Thank you so much for both of your help in rescuing the people downstairs. I do not know how many more would have died had it not been for your assistance." And you guys can see that a couple of the soldiers who are like moving the dead bodies notice him say that. But there's still a lot going on. Athena sits not on the throne, but on like one of the armrests, and turns to the group and just says, "Tell me everything you know."
Sure. Jax is gonna kind of tell her everything except leaving the part out of what we agreed on for last time, which I don't remember. I think it was we were leaving out. Shit, I don't remember. Oh my god. Because we told Theseus everything except for one thing.
I believe you neglected to tell him about the the seals, if that was
That's
right. Like the seals that have to be broken.
Yeah, we weren't going to tell him about the gates.
Yeah.
But
So
we basically did everything else. But I mean, this is also Athena.
well, that's what I was about to say. It is also Athena, but
I mean, like, I don't know. She could betray us, but for somebody who's like looking at us, making sure we're not lying, and I'm very scared of her.
Yeah, so it's up to you whether you guys want to tell her the whole story or not.
so I'll tell her all the way up until leaving the part out of the gates, and then I'll just kind of like look back at the crew, and just go. I just kind of shrug and like we kind of have to tell her.
Mhm.
She might know more.
Okay, so you
As I
do
go.
tell her.
Yeah. So I look at Athena and go, look. After the whole situation, after killing all those people back in what was the starting place?
Holly.
Oh my god, my fucking memory awful
Holly.
today. Back in Holly, we found like a notebook, like with orders on it and stuff, and it said there's gates, and it honestly almost sounds like they're trying to like open these gates.
And as you tell her this, Demetrius actually pulls out the notebook and shows her the paper, as you guys have kind of all agreed to share this with her. The large man joins you guys at the front of the throne room as well, not saying anything, but clearly listening in on the conversation. Athena, everybody make an insight check here.
15
21.
plus 2, 17.
14.
So all of you can see like genuine frustration or like upsetness. That's not a word. Distraughtness on Athena's face. She looks disappointed. That's the best word I could have used for that situation. She hears you discuss the stories of the eclipse and what happened in Holly, and says, "Well, I guess it was a little too hopeful to assume the war would actually be over. For all the years of the war, though, how we were never able to understand that a priest so close to Olympus, I mean, the highest priest of Apollo's order, is a traitor, member of the eclipse. disheartening, to say the least. The fact that never came up, nobody knew that he would possess magic like this. Obviously, someone with close ties to the Oracle of Apollo. This could be influencing negative action all over Greece. Something has to be done. I must return to Olympus soon. The large man steps into the frame and says something. And I must go to Delphi. I will get Theseus back.
Do you even know where he is?
I'm very good at finding people. And even better at hurting the ones who probably took him.
Okay, I'm coming with you then.
I will get there much faster on my own. You would slow me down. And probably get yourself killed in the process.
I'm coming with.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, got an 18
Uh-oh.
plus 3, so 21.
He shoves you, and you, like, notice that, like, you dig in. You notice, like, he's going to shove you. You dig in and, like, stand your ground. But as he shoves you, you feel, like, almost a puncture come through your armor as you take 5 damage. As, like, your armor completely fine. You feel no blood, but it feels like you were just stabbed in the shoulder. But you stand your ground and, like, hold strong. But something...
I don't show a wince of pain. I'm just sitting there stone-faced.
Yeah. He says, I'm tough-knocked the indestructible. I'm plenty fine on my own.
Yes.
Jax, just you could let the big scary man go by himself. I mean,
Yes, but, like, we all need to find Theseus at this point.
yeah, I know, but he's very large and scary. Scary.
You okay over there, Talia?
I'm fine. As I'm just like kind of.
Jade,
scooch myself.
as you're kind of sitting back from the conversation, make a perception check.
No, me? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Five.
You are just wildly impressed by how Jax was able to not fall over when he got pushed like that. You did notice, though, that the man who introduced himself as Tefnocked, when he shoved Jax, his hand almost seemed to glow.
You like demigod?
You can make any sort of perception or insight checks you'd like.
I would like to do. What am I gonna do? I'll do an insight. No. Yeah. What'd you say?
If you want to make an insight check, go ahead and make an insight check.
I don't think an insight check's gonna help me here. I feel like
Perception and insight are different skills. They'll get you different things.
I realize that. I just forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception check on him,
Okay.
which is 16.
16. So just by looking at him, you kind of see his hand almost glow in the same way too. Just by looking at him, though, it's hard to tell anything other than the fact that he is Herculean is the best word to describe him, although he is not Hercules, because Hercules is Roman. But you kind of look around, and Athena is not paying him any sort of mind. She seems to be like allowing this to happen.
Okay.
He says he walks past like the throne towards the balcony. and kind of just says, okay, keep up if you can. And he runs and just leaps off the balcony himself, jumps off the cliff.
Okay.
Oh,
Looks like we're not following. All right.
oh, okay.
Is nobody even gonna go look?
I'm
obviously gonna go look.
I'm nervous for his safety.
As
And I'm just kind of like scooching over.
Go ahead and make perception checks.
Yikes. 12.
5.
You guys don't see shit over the cliff face.
He's
I'm
gone.
not even
He's
like saying
gone
that as a
forever.
joke. Like, you don't see a body splat or anything. You just
Nope.
see a
Yeah,
cliff
he's just
face.
Gone. He gone.
Um,
Oh, girl.
so,
So what do we do now?
Athena
I
speaks
kind of
up.
like look over at Jax.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. We were standing next to each other. We're looking at the abyss together. So I figured I would just look at you.
I have no idea what we should do, to be honest.
Oh, well, and Athena it seems like she's walking over here.
Athena speaks up and says, well, you mentioned there's something in Boeotia. There was another camp that these people you slayed were supposed to meet up at.
Yes.
That'd be on your way to Delphi.
Okay, then. That's where we're going.
So,
Cool. All right. I start walking out.
make a strength saving throw as you walk away.
What?
Ooh, that nutty 20.
What does that put your save at total?
Oh, save that. 23.
23? It's,
17 plus 1 is 18 for me.
Athena slams her spear on the ground, and you are all knocked over. You completely fall prone. I'm not done with you yet.
Oh. Okay.
Tell me what you know of Artesian.
Artesian.
Where did he go? Did he have any hand in this?
Jax is straight up just looking away.
But I'm kind of just like over it. Jax like he knows.
Jack, she walks right towards you.
Still looking away.
She like bends down onto your level. She's massive. She's like 7.5 feet tall, right? So towers over you normally, and you're laying on the ground. And she says, "Young pup, Leader Karn, your service to Athens has been admirable. I appreciate that. But right now," she pulls her spear and points it right at your throat. "You're going to tell me what you know about him, what you know about his future, and maybe I'll consider helping you guys."
I have honestly no idea. Like, to be honest, for how long we've known each other, I didn't even know he was a champion for you.
She sighs when you say that. And then, like, kind of closes her eyes and looks down for a second. She then stands and picks you up fully. Gives you the rest of you time to stand as well. "I wish he still was my champion."
I mean, what even did he do?
Well, apparently, when he learned of the fate of his wife and daughter, he, broke his oath to me. Apparently made a new pact. Became a new god's champion. And that god is Hades. I've been with him since before he married his wife. Before the Great War even started. He was supposed to lead the soldiers of Athens constantly to success. Make insight checks, all of you.
24.
17.
18.
Talia, you're the only one who notices this, but she kind of looks away, and her shoulders like slouch a little bit, and you can tell that there's something she's not telling you about him.
Is there something else about Artisan? Is there anything else that we need to know?
Make a persuasion check.
Got this easy.
14.
14. She turns back and looks at you pissed off, Talia. No, there's nothing else you need to know about him. But you do need to tell me everything. I guess you've already told me everything you know. You know nothing.
Yeah, we tried to save his family and it didn't work. And when we went back, he just kind of stopped paying attention to our existence. And then we were here and all the bad things happened. And, you know the rest.
Yes, I know the rest. Well, this has certainly been much less fruitful than I hoped.
Question. I get it that you're really mad at Artisan, and I would never think about breaking my oath to Ares, that's for sure. But is it really something to get that pissed over? I'm just wondering.
I don't know if you should have asked that question.
Jax, you die. What's how many hit points do you have?
I'm at 27 out of 41.
27 out of 41. You are knocked unconscious. Her minimum damage, because she's gonna burn. Let's see. She does 2d12 plus 17. Plus, yeah. You're unconscious.
Question. Right before this, do I see the attack coming?
She just rolled a natural 20.
Okay,
So,
Doesn't matter, dude. It's freaking
and she's a god.
well, I was just gonna pray to Ares real quick, like in this
No.
second.
Ain't no
You
time
can't
to
pray. You cannot pray fast enough. You don't even realize what happened. You say, "Is it really something to get that mad about?" And before you even finish saying "about," a spear is through your chest, like fully through your heart. You look down at it. She pulls a spear out, and you fall over.
I like run over to him, but I'm scared of her. But I don't want. I want my friend to know that I'm scared. I'm scared for him. What? Okay, all right. No more questions then. But please, can you fix that? Can you fix him, please? We need him.
Athena says, "I must return to Olympus." Slams her spear on the ground and teleports away.
Cold ass.
Damn.
Wow.
Demetrius from the back is just
Out of
like,
character,
"I know what that
cold
feels
ass
like."
bitch. God damn, man. That was cool.
I would do something to help, but I have nothing to cast at this point.
Yeah, all right, let's see. Oh, God. I haven't used... I don't even think I have that. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Vex, I think you might be screwed here.
I never said I
I
was
don't
fully dead. I was just unconscious.
You're unconscious. You're gonna make death saving throws here soon.
Wait, can I do this? No. Oh, my God. It literally does nothing. Okay. Never mind.
Does
Sorry.
Demetrius have any?
I'm not. I think actually, wait, do
You
I
guys,
have...
there's a couple of you that have health pots still. Like one health potion.
So I have... Yes. Okay, so 1d4 plus 4 is that...
Jax, give me your first death save.
Yeah, I have 2. I have 2, so I'm gonna give... I'm gonna...
14.
14. Okay.
Okay, so however you want to do that. I have 2, so I'll give him 1, and hopefully that will help him.
Jax, you get 5 hit points back. You are not awake in this situation. You are stable to the point where you're not dead, but you are unconscious still. You're like barely breathing, coughing up. You can see like through some sort of glowing magic on your chest, your wound's starting to heal. But as you look up at Talia and you see her like leaning over you, you don't see like anything in her hands or know or understand what just happened, and how she brought you back to life. And then you pass out again. So
Okay.
he's
not dead. It's good.
The 3 of you who are awake, Talia, Jade, and Demetrius, are still surrounded by the guards as like you hear the sound of marching come up the steps. Pretty significant marching, and you see what looks to be like an Athenian commander, very regally dressed, very fancy ornate armor, large flowing blue cape, and like a big fucking plume on his helmet, huge, like impractically huge. And he is marching up and just shouts, "Arrest all of them!"
Wait, why? Why are we being arrested?
Jax or Jade, make a perception check.
He's unconscious still. Yeah, I mean, they
19.
can arrest him, I guess.
You got a natty 20.
It's got a -1 to perception check.
For some reason, it's a negative on my multiplier. So
Because you have bad wisdom. So, Jade, you can pick something out of the pack immediately, is that even though you're like a spy, roguish type who worked and knew almost everything about Athenian troop movements and military stuff, you do not recognize who this commander is. He is nobody that you've seen or heard of from your time in the Athenian military. So that is very strange to you. As like his troop of soldiers kind of pushes out the ones who are already here and says, "You must be responsible for the attack here and the disappearance of King Theseus. All of you will be thrown into cells and questioned until we can find out the true cause and have the guilty punished." So you guys,
Save people.
the Athenian, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
Talia.
So 12 and 15. So let's see, what am I plus plus 4? So 19.
19 total. You say, "We saved them," and the Athenian priest comes up and says, "Yes, Commander Eudoxus, these people are heroes of the night. They did not take King Theseus, and they helped keep many of your soldiers, the nobles, and the priests downstairs alive. Without them, we would all be ruined, and King Theseus would be dead, and we'd have no leads as to what happened." The commander steps up and says, "I'm in charge here, and if I need to question them, I will."
You can. We'll answer questions. I don't think you need to do the arresting part. We're happy to share. We're trying to find him too. Then the big scary guy that just left is going to find King Theseus. That's General Karn down there. He's unconscious, but he's here. I don't know if that's helpful.
As you say General Karn, he kind of like kicks the body to make sure it's still alive. Says,
I groan.
you will answer questions from behind the doors of a cell. Are you guys going to try to resist, or are you going to go with
Yeah.
him?
Well, I mean, I don't feel like it's gonna, be in our best interest to fight. But at the same time, we've already had somebody who vouched for us, so
You can make an insight check if you want.
Yeah,
About the situation.
oh good. 21.
21. To like any noble or royalty, the fact that the highest ranking religious leader in the city told him that you guys were not responsible should have stopped him. This guy who the priest called Commander Eudoxus gave no shits about that. You also know here that you are down Jax, who was just smitten by a god, or smote by a god,
Who's
essentially.
Moted?
Yeah.
Smoted.
Some of you are already hurt. Demetrius is like kind of looking through his sack. You can tell he does not have much in the way of fighting materials left to go through to cast spells.
Not really in our best interest to fight.
It would be very tough for you to fight.
Well, I guess that doesn't leave us any option because the other one leaves us dead. So, if one of you guys wants to carry him, I mean, we'll go with you and answer whatever questions.
Some of the soldiers pick up Jax and they tie some rope around your hands and escort you down to a cell, basically. It's like out of the back of the palace. They escort you down like this back stairway into like a dungeon almost, near like the outer wall of the city. Jax's wounds are tended to. All of you spend the night in jail together, and everyone gets a long rest here. So Jax, in the morning, you wake back up. The sun comes out. It's early morning after the late night before. You feel like a immense pain in your chest, and you like almost notice something wrong with your eyes, but you can't really understand it. As the rest of you all wake up in the cell. You, I assume, explained to Jax why you ended up in the jail, because that was not the case situation you guys were in when you ended. And this commander walks up to the cell door first thing in the morning. Says, if it isn't the treasonous criminals.
Do I know him or no?
No.
Okay.
He is not somebody you ever served with. They told you his name, Eudoxus. You do not recognize that name at all.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's malarkey. That's what it is.
Sounds like it.
We're not bad guys. We saved people. We kept people alive. We told them that. The priest told you that. We agreed to come here willingly to answer whatever questions you had to help find King Theseus.
Well, I don't really trust the words of holy men. They can't be so wise. Look at how many of them ended up dead.
Ah.
Same goes for your soldiers.
Oh, we did save I think we saved at least a couple. I don't know. But that, yeah, it was not, I mean, they were poisoned. Somebody planned this. This was something that's been planned for a while. It was meant for this group of people because they were priests, which kind of funny that you would say what you just we need to figure out who it was that poisoned everybody. They're probably the same ones that are responsible for kidnapping King Theseus.
Battalion Leader Karn, it is, correct?
Yep.
It's my understanding those soldiers who died defending King Theseus were operating under your orders. So, maybe be a little, maybe be a little less judgmental because those soldiers died because of you.
What?
Jax just kind of stares at him.
All my soldiers are alive. We eliminated an Eclipse camp outside the city. That lot of good you guys did.
Maybe if you weren't too busy fighting, you would have been able to be there and save him.
Boy, the city still stands today because of me. And do not forget it. Speaking of people we should not forget, you arrived in town with General Ortiz and Misa, correct?
Who's to say?
Who fled the scene after the attack on the king and the holy men, correct?
No idea.
Make an intimidation check.
+2. -2. Okay. Got my charisma. It's fucking awful. 16.
16. He looks at you and says, "Your lack of cooperation gives me all the answers I need, so please continue to keep going." It is a coincidence that you arrived in the city claiming of an eclipse attack near Holly, and yet that same evening there was an attack on the most respected king in all of Greece, as well as many of the most respected leaders in Greece.
Probably the leaders that weren't willing to cooperate are the ones who were targeted. It seems that the Eclipse is recruiting these men and teaching them how to do things. We saw a lot of terrible things and tried to save some people and couldn't. And we did get the bad guys, but there's gonna be more. And by blaming us, you're just gonna let them keep going because we did what we could to help. We did not do this. And as far as General Mesa goes, I have no idea what his situation is. We've almost gotten smoten by Athena multiple times. And, you know, it's not cool. This is not fun. And I don't appreciate it because I am a good person. Try to save people.
You don't appreciate it? You know what I don't appreciate? I don't appreciate terrorists coming into my city, attacking the capital, attacking the king.
But we're not terrorists.
I literally fought in the war to end this.
Why
would I come back and join the Eclipse after I spent like 8 years, 10 years of my life fighting these bastards?
Well,
it's not just Jax Karn either. Demetrius's family served, and I'm just kind of like getting frustrated because I'm very nervous and very, very upset about the fact that it seems like there's no way out of this conversation.
Well, the people are demanding justice for the attack on King Theseus and the attack on our city. I think you all will give him a nice little appetizer for that. And he walks away.
Well, I'm just kind of like pacing and like grabbing at my face and just very nervously just kind of fidgeting around and walking back and forth. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
So you guys are all trapped in the cell. Everybody make perception checks.
17.
18.
0.
Wait, 16. I'm sorry.
16. Okay. Talia, you last night
Easy,
they
Rex.
took away all your weapons from you, all of your. So you still have like your armor and like what you're wearing, but like Jax doesn't have his hammer and shield. Demetrius doesn't have his staff. You don't have your little like your bow and stuff. And Jade,
Do I
give
have
me a
my
luck
staff?
check.
Luck. I don't. What's luck?
Just roll a d20. You want above a 12.
10.
They frisked you good and took all your hidden knives. No, Talia, you do not have your little snake staff. Around the room, you see there's like, it's just benches and it's a group cell. You can see that the like bars are a little older. The whole area building is kind of older, and you do look out like there's a little window, and you realize that you are relatively close to the wall to get out of the city if you need to. Jax, as you are inside, you're like looking around, you see some of the same things that Talia sees. You overhear some soldiers talking. One, you can make out very briefly, one of them says that now the king's gone and we don't really give a damn about what the religious leaders say. I think we're going to be pretty in control of everything around here. And it hits you that it seems like these guys are making a power play to kind of take control of the city. And like a militaristic manner, with like the immediate instability created by Theseus' disappearance. Looks like they're trying to make a move.
How do we get out of here? We need to.
No matter
We
what,
gotta
we can
help.
be sacrificed at this point if we can get out. We're gonna go down for the attack. That's just what's gonna happen.
What? That's not a good answer.
That's just the truth.
I don't like that answer. Is there an alternate?
Can I make an insight on how old these bars are? Like if I did a spell against them, would they break?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight.
13.
So they're, aged brass bars. Depending on the spell and the type of damage, you might be able to break them. But as you're like going over and kind of shaking the bars a little bit, you notice that the priest of Athena, who was up top at the palace, he comes down and walks over to your cell. You also notice that he has a black eye. Now, he was like a fair-skinned gentleman and looks like he's been punched in the face. And he says, good morning, Leader Karn. Good morning, the rest of you. Commander Eudoxus is holding you all responsible for the attack on the palace, as I'm sure you've already surmised. His personal battalion of soldiers has kind of been out in full force so far this morning. And it seems like they are putting Athens under martial law.
And I'm assuming he's the one that gave you that black eye.
Well, he took some convincing to allow me to see you. I do not know what happened last night, but I do know that the Lady Athena, wisest being in all of Greece, looked into your soul and knew you were telling the truth. Which means I obviously believe you, as who wouldn't in this situation? This is far from over, and it is, I believe your part in it is far from over as well. So, I will aid you however I can. Unfortunately, I do not believe you will all be welcomed in Athens for some time. I would like you to know that Tefnoct, the man who went after King Theseus, he is very capable, and he will accept your aid only when you are ready to give it. So if he pushed you away, it's not personal, but he can handle himself.
Yeah, when he pushed me, it kind of hurt.
You should see what he does when he tries.
As I'm just kind of like shrugging my shoulder.
He hails from a land across the sea. I'm not sure. I do not know a lot of information about him, but Theseus trusts him with his life. So there's no better person in all of Greece to be hunting down his captors. But I wish you the best of luck on your journey. And he leans in close and says, maybe stand away from the back wall for a few minutes. And he walks away.
I knew it was
Okay.
good to make friends.
Okay. Well, let's go shimmy our way away from that wall then. And then we'll follow Athena's directions and we'll go to Delphi.
So you guys all kind of gather up and discuss what was just said. You notice a few guards like looking at you. They don't seem to be too intimidated by the fact of you escaping. But they are, standing there.
Where is our stuff being held? Can we see where our stuff is being held, or is it someplace totally not within our sight?
You cannot see where it would be being held currently. Everybody make a perception check.
19.
3.
Natty one.
Talia, outside the back wall, you hear a fire start. Fire continues, gets a little louder, and all of a sudden, huge explosion. Everybody give me dexterity saving throws.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
15.
15. Demetrius is the only one who takes any damage, and it's only 1 damage. The rest of you definitely dive out of the way. Demetrius is kind of looking around what the hell's going on, and then a chunk of debris hits him in the shoulder, and it's like, ow. You see the back wall of the cell has been blown open. Immediately, the guards inside the cell start to panic. Laying on the ground outside the cell wall is your guys' stuff.
Oh.
And it's like a small little cliff face within jumping distance to the outer wall of the city. Everybody roll initiative.
All right.
5.
16.
7.
Yeah.
You said 16, Talia?
Mm-hmm.
So you notice that there are 5 guards, or 4 of the guards, inside the like jail area, take notice, as well as Commander Eudoxus comes and like puts his helmet on, fully armors up, and seems to be like armoring. He says, grab the key, don't let them escape. You guys have the area, I'll say by this point you've kind of moved out to the area of like the little cliff face and like grabbed your stuff. You see 6 more guards coming up on the wall. Everybody make perception checks.
17.
16.
Twelve.
So all of you can actually see that the wall itself is like not too far down from where you guys are to like the ground outside of the city. And the there's like rope and shit on the outside of the wall, so you would be able to tie yourself off, but there are 6 guards now, weapons drawn, running towards where you guys are going as you begin to like drop onto the wall. So all these guards, their first move is to run towards you, and brings us to Talia. You're kind of standing on this edge a little like 10 feet above where the wall is, so you can easily jump down there, and you have like this group of 6 people all bunched up in this small little like cube, essentially about 40 feet away from you.
Okay, so I'm going to... Actually, this one might work pretty well. If I cast Entangle, that's within 90 feet of me, but it's a 20-foot square.
Yeah, that would get all the guys on the wall.
Okay, so they have to make a strength saving throw.
Right, there's 6 of them. I'll roll for the first half. What's the DC?
Hold on. Oh shit, where is it?
It's a D. It's a 10. So if you open up your actions page and then click on the magnifying glass next to the spell, it'll tell you what your DC is.
Ah, that's what it was. Sorry, I was looking for that and I didn't. Yeah, so DC 10. Sorry.
DC 10. Well, guess what? I rolled 2 3s for each half of the group. So you're entangled. Like you, like get your stuff and just like, with your staff, kind of like cast this green bolt of energy that hits on like the outer wall and just shoots up all these roots, and they're restrained, correct?
Yes. So they're restrained by plants. Can use this action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On success, it frees itself. So they can make strength checks their next turn, but...
Okay. So all 6 of these guys who were like sprinting full sprint towards you are now just like tied up. One guy just falls flat on his face. It's bad. These guards are all, oh my god, struggling to like get the key. So like they cannot find the key and get through to you. This brings us to Demetrius. Demetrius is gonna go ahead and cast. Demetrius is gonna like pick his staff up. Grab some components out of his pouch and like throw it towards where the lock is, like shoot a little ray out of his staff, and like you see he like grabbed these like little shards of glass and shit, and he basically cast this cloud of like swirling knives around where the lock is, so it would affect anybody trying to unlock stuff right there. Wow, that's a good spell.
That's pretty sweet.
And then Demetrius jumps down onto the wall with his movement. The commander is wielding a spear, is going to try and just bust open the wall, or the cell door, but you see these like shards of spinning glass cut him up pretty significantly, As he does that, come on, get back in my hand, dice. And he fucking tries to like smack his spear on the wall, and that was a really stupid idea. Well, you know, why did he think that would work? Jade, that brings us to you.
All right, what's my options?
So you have your stuff, you have your bow and shit. There's this one guy like struggling on the other side of the locked cell door. There's like a bunch of guys inside the prison trying to find the key and unlock it. And then there's these 6 guys all tangled up on the wall. So if you want to, you could like move down and tie like a rope up to try and descend the wall for all of you to safely descend the wall. Or
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now.
Okay. Go ahead. Plenty of movement to get there. Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
$24.
Nice, nat 20.
So with swiftness and dexterity completely unmatched almost, you dart on all fours immediately out of like your cell, jump down onto this like giant stone wall, like roll, and as you do, you pick up 2 ropes in your claws and 1 rope in your teeth. Immediately with the ones in your claws, you tie like perfect lassos and rope them on like little turrets on the wall, holding it up, and then you jump off the wall, pulling out the one in your teeth, tie another lasso on it, throw it up, wrap it around a 3rd turret, and land already beginning to descend the wall.
Can I do an acrobatics check on that?
I mean, if you want to.
You already said you did it.
I'm just kidding.
Good, because that would have wrecked it.
You could have only gotten worse, pretty much.
Right.
Jax, so that brings us to you. You have these guards restrained on the wall. The other guards were unable to get the door open, and Demetrius is also like protected the cell. Now your ropes are tied for you guys to descend.
Guess I'll just grab my shield and more hammer and
Way.
kind of look at Eudoxus and just cast Sacred Flame on him real quick.
All right, is he gonna make a save for that?
No. Yes, sorry. Dexterity saving throw of 12.
He beats it.
All right. Then I'm just gonna jump onto the wall.
So you like, out of your hammer, you cast this like burst of flame, and he like, it seems to like hit him, but just bounce off his armor, doing nothing almost. And he just stands there, like continuing to get cut up by these little like shards of glass that are spinning around, thanks to Demetrius, and looks at you with hatred. You cast that and you begin to descend the rope. Now I gotta make a whole bunch of strength checks. So you see that 3 of the guards free themselves and begin to move closer to you. They can basically get to where the like where you guys kind of tied the ropes off. But that's really all they can do, is they kind of like, actually they can't because their movement was halved. So they can like get closer to where you tied the ropes off, and then 3 of the guards are still just like tied up fighting these like continually growing vines that Talia has summoned. But that brings us back to Talia's turn.
Okay. Well. Let's see. Okay, I mean, so there's 3 of them coming at me. So I guess I could shoot, but it's only going to be 1 at a time. But they're not moving super fast, right? So I should have enough time.
Well, they're all clear of the 3 that escaped are clear of the vines now. So if you don't, they would get to where you are on the next turn.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh. All right, well, I'm going to... Are they... No, they're still probably like, what, like 30 feet away from me?
Probably about 15 feet from you.
Okay. I mean, poison spray is only 10 feet. I guess I could move closer, but we're trying to go away. All right, yeah. I'm gonna move forward a couple feet so that I'm close enough to do poison spray on the 3 guys. So
Can poison spray hit more than one target?
oh no, I'm sorry. Just creature, not creatures. Damn. Right, well, screw it. I'm gonna use my longbow then. Is it 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, for sake of easiness, we'll do it that way.
Sure. All right, so I'm gonna shoot at guard 2.
All
Why
right.
not?
Okay.
12.
The arrow plinks off his armor, and he's still running towards you. Any movement?
Okay.
You moved a few feet close.
I kind of wanna go backwards and see if I can't get down the cliff.
Okay. You begin. All you can do at this point is like get on the rope and begin to descend. It's about it's about 40 feet down
Okay.
from where you guys are.
Okay.
That's you. These guys are gonna go next. They find the key and unlock the door, and all of these guys begin to charge through out after you. Demetrius, who dropped down.
Well, wouldn't they be going through that cloud of daggers?
Oh yeah. So all of those guys will take 4d4 damage. Just rolled so good on those.
Play's gonna do the most damage without being here.
I know.
Well, so
Right.
because it was an expertly constructed play by yours truly,
Oh my god.
all of the guards that run through the swirling bits of glass and like shrapnel get so cut up that they begin to like clutch their chests and like fall down. Oh my god. Just killed all of them.
Good job, play.
Yeah, play. All right, dude. Fucking hell, man.
Demetrius is gonna begin to
I hope he's watching thinking, wow, I'm good.
Demetrius is gonna begin to descend the rope. He can get about 15 feet down. Eudoxus has already taken his dagger damage. Sprints through the cell, jumps down onto the wall, and engages with you, Jax, the last person up on the wall.
Bet. Let's do this.
Jade, you're
That
descending.
bad.
You're descending the wall.
No,
You
I'm
can.
about halfway.
No, you're at the top of the wall. Jade is about halfway, and Demetrius is a little behind Jade. So do you just want to fully descend the wall and kind of look around? Do you want to fully descend the wall, or do you want to like go back up and try and do something?
Just keep a lay on the land.
All right. So you slide down the rest of the rope. Go ahead and make a perception check as you get down here.
15.
15. You see like around here is kind of farmland, and there is multiple horses in like a stables. not too far from you guys. But that's
Are we thinking horse thieves or taking horses?
that's just what you see
Okay.
at this point. Jax, Eudoxus has pulled out his short sword and has like his shield here and has begun to engage with you.
How many more people are around me? Is it just Eudoxus?
So there's one guy, Eudoxus, is right near you. And then there's like the 3 guys about 15 feet away that escaped from the vines, and then 3 guys still tangled up in the vines on the wall.
Okay.
I'm below you.
Yeah, you are like Talia is just like at the top of the wall, but on the rope.
So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon right where like the ropes are tied,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna take and just sprint and kind of like shimmy my way over and start like sliding down and kind of trying to stop myself before hitting Talia. I'll take the damage.
Make a dexterity saving throw as you like he swings at you as you start to run away, and you just fling up and deflect it with your shield. But make a dexterity saving throw as you try and slide down the rope.
17.
17. So you fully like deftly throw your warhammer on your back and like grab the rope with your right hand and like brace against the wall with your left, and just like can start sliding down the rope easily.
And I will say that was kind of cool. Like as I'm like sliding down, I'm casting spiritual weapon right near on top of the wall, pretty much.
So Talia, you have not gotten down yet. The other 3 guards escape your entanglement and fully like start moving towards you. The 3 who had already escaped are going to take whacks at you because you're still on top of the wall. What's your armor class, Talia?
15.
15. Only one of them hits you as you're kind of diving out of the way. For 5 damage.
Okay.
And now, I mean, you're up to move.
I'm gonna say frostbite.
Well, you're the only one up there.
Yeah, I am the only one up there, so I kind of just want to stop them from attacking me and then run away. All right, I'm gonna do frostbite because then at least he'll have a disadvantage for the next one.
There are 4 people within striking distance of where you are currently. So.
This is another one creature. Damn, I'm sorry. I didn't learn these very well.
I'm just like trying to think of like, is it better for you? I'm just trying to like, think for you is wasting time casting
Doing
a
that
spell
when I could just run away.
when you could just get away, and you won't take opportunity attacks from where you are because of like the weird, like you're dropping down out of their reach, not like running past them.
Why? Okay. All right. So yeah, then I'm gonna do that. If I don't have to worry about somebody attacking me, then I'm just gonna continue going down the rope.
Okay. So if you take a full dash, you can get all the way down to the bottom.
Okay. Full dash it is, and I'm down at the bottom, holding my scimitar, ready to go.
Demetrius also gets fully down to the bottom. Eudoxus, as he goes, cuts the rope.
So, question.
Yes.
Since I didn't really take my attack, can I just kind of have my spiritual weapon do like a attack of opportunity?
Yeah, your spiritual weapon could attack him as he comes up.
Okay.
As your spiritual weapon goes to swing at him, you feel the rope cut, though. The rope that you were sliding down, it cuts and you begin to fall.
I'm going to smash my shield into the wall.
You smash your shield into the wall. It's
To see
a
if it
90
gets any-
degree wall. You, I mean, you take 8 damage as you fall the last 20 feet.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll your attack on Eudoxus, though, if you want.
19 plus 8.
That
Not
hits.
plus 8. Yeah, it's my spell fire. My spell. Definitely not 8. It's wisdom. So 2. 21. 1d8 plus. Oof. 6 damage.
Okay. The spiritual weapon like cuts into him, and like you see like blood start to drip down. But you begin to fall, and you can like kind of brace yourself with your shield. But
Do I see him as I'm falling?
yeah, you see like
I throw him the finger.
a single droplet of blood like drips down and lands right on your fingernail. Okay, so you guys are all at the bottom of this wall. For right now, Jade points out the stables to you guys. What are you doing? You're out of initiative order for right now.
I mean, we need to get out of here.
I say we
so-
just take the horses. I don't care if we're considered criminals at this point. We already are.
Yeah, we were criminals as soon as we escaped. Let's just get the horses and get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
Yay.
Natty 20.
18.
18.
Yeah.
So all of you like easily mount your horses and stuff. Demetrius goes to like get on, and the horse completely bucks him off.
That's what he gets for being so good in fucking combat.
Is he the one
Well-
banging the coconuts together? You know, like ka-tonk, ka-tonk, ka-tonk.
Yeah, and there was only 4 horses in the stable, so he'll have to ride with one of you at this point.
Or we can do the Monty Python.
Well, he's not that fast.
Honestly, I think Tally should go with one of us. We're all kind of big dudes.
Yeah, I mean, fine. Whatever.
So he just hops on the back of Talia's horse. He's like, "We don't have time for this right now. Go!"
No.
I would have missed my horse, man.
So you guys run off. A farmer comes out, and is like, "My horses!"
My cabbages.
And you guys dart into the areas surrounding Athens.
Sorry, I had to.
You left your horses and your cart in the city. Jax, you left your amulet, your family medallion in Athens, but you all escape with your lives. So you begin to ride off for a little bit here. Outside the city, most people don't seem to have any, understanding what's going on. The news doesn't travel that fast. But as you guys are going around, go ahead and make any perception checks you guys want. Or is there anything specific that people are trying to do as you begin to head north towards Boeotia?
No, I mean, can we find a place with more healing thing? I mean, we obviously need more supplies.
Probably.
Okay.
A
So
good thing.
well, we should get there. I mean, we have a little bit to get to Boeotia, so we should make sure that we're ready for whatever's going to be there. I'd really like heal stuff.
It's not a bad idea. We also need some supplies. If we're gonna survive out here.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is I could probably figure out the food situation from out here, but yeah, I mean, it can't hurt to have things to take with us while we're going. We have the horses. No one's gonna really worry about it. As long as we lay low, get our stuff and get out and just keep on moving. No one will even know we were here and no one will know where we're headed.
Everybody go ahead and make survival checks for me.
18.
23.
Where's my survival? You are 20. Dirty 20.
You guys are really killing it tonight. So all of you know that it's almost like a week's ride to get to Boeotia, where you guys are, because you guys are like sort of at like this. Athens is at like kind of almost the southern tip of Attica, and you have to ride across basically the entire region to get back to, or to get up to Boeotia where you want to go. And you know, like around the Athens, kind of close to where you are, it's going to be more populated. There's going to be like more cities, probably more supplies, but also more significant chance to be caught or found out by Athenian soldiers. The further north you get, you'll run into much fewer villages and much less access to supplies, but it'll be a little safer for you. So it's up to you guys if you want to try and find something around here or ride for several days.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because we didn't really have much. I mean, we were planning on being able to refill while we were in Athens, and that didn't work. So, I mean, we kind of stick out, all of us. So maybe we should try and lay low, at least until they stop wanting us to, fall for something we didn't do. Anybody?
I mean, I think we should just stay north. Not have to worry about getting in trouble.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, if we stay along the woods, if we stay out of sight, I mean, there are plenty of things we can do to make our way up. And then we'll just kind of, figure it out.
So staying north is our goal.
Mm-hmm. It'll take us about a week, but I think if we
maybe
get at
one of
least
those
a few
villages
days,
has something we can get. Hopefully.
yeah, there'll be villages up across, and it'll be much safer for us to stop. So let's make it as far as we can, and we'll stop for supplies when we get up to the smaller spaces farther north.
Okay.
We're on our way.
So you guys ride for a couple days. You have enough food and stuff to like get you through, and as well as just enough survival skill. Talia, you've been out on your own in the woods for a while. You know how to live out here. You know how to survive. You know how to catch food and everything. The soldiers, you guys have lived on no food for a while. Demetrius seems the least accustomed to it, and even him, he's like, oh, I lived in a cave. It's not like he had the most comfortable life.
One of those nights, I'm definitely gonna pray to Ares, see how he's doing.
Okay. Go ahead and make your religion check, because you guys are all like camping for a night after like 3 days of riding, we'll say.
17.
17. Is there anything specific you're asking him?
Oh, last time we talked, he was sounding like he was in the middle of something. So, just seeing how that was going.
You hear a voice back, and he says, "What's up? What champion? What can I help you with?"
So, just want to say how you were. We haven't talked in a little bit. Hope you're doing good. Athena?
Good, Jax. Athena told me what happened. Good's not. Well, I mean, there's gonna be more fighting. That's exciting for me, but I was really not. I would much rather have the fighting be between, humans not trying to do some sort of magic evil bullshit that's probably gonna be painful,
Yeah.
But I guess if they succeed, maybe we'll have the chance to test our strength against something really worthwhile.
Hell yeah. So, also, since I have you here, these gates that the Eclipse are doing, right?
Yeah.
I almost do. So, do we know about the Titans? Like, do people know about the Titans in this era before the gods?
Demetrius, the stories of the Titans are passed through how well people know them specifically, is up to the individual people. Like everybody knows of like creation myths and stuff, but the like yes, Ares would understand that this is like some form of Titanic magic because Demetrius explained that to Athena. How well he personally knows Titanic magic is different.
Yeah. So that's I'm really all I'm gonna say to Ares is just be like, I'm kind of worried about all this, like all these gates they're trying to open and shit. So I know you're a god, I know you're badass and stuff like that, but just watch your back.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's gonna happen, Jax. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, we have, especially because Apollo Priest was in on it, so we have no idea if Apollo is in on it or not. So
That's just so not like him, you know. Apollo likes singing and fucking. That's really that's his game. Summoning ancient deities that will try to kill us all. That's just
I doubt it's gonna be him, but I'm just saying, you never know.
that's just weird. But I mean, obviously, like I said, Athena told us everything. So
Also, she stabbed me, which kind of hurt, but
yeah,
I deserved it.
yeah, you did.
But I was more just trying to get to like why she was so mad. Like I get it, pacts are like sacred, and I guarantee you would hunt me the fuck down if I ever broke our pact.
Yeah, I would. But I mean,
But I was just trying to get to like the root of why. I mean, I get why, but also not why because like, dude was so loyal.
well, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, Jax.
True, true. I wouldn't know, but true.
True. It's true.
Hey, well, out of curiosity, you guys are heading to Boeotia next?
Yeah.
There's a forest kind of in the central part of the region there. Pretty dark, pretty uninhabited. I think we lost something there. And by we, I mean the Olympians up here. Do you mind taking a look?
Of course.
Okay.
You know I do anything you kind of say.
That's my
For better-
boy.
for better or worse, but
That's my boy. All right, man. Well, appreciate it. You'll know it when you find it, if you find it. I'm not 100% sure it's there, but
yeah, we'll take a look.
you'll know it when you find it.
I got you.
Well, best of luck. And you guys, he ends his little talk with you after like 3 days. Talia and Jade, are you guys doing anything in particular? Looking for anything?
I've been kind of picking up berries and little things that I'm finding that we can use.
Probably finding it
passed.
utterly weird that Jax is talking to himself.
I mean, I've seen weirder things, I promise you. So we passed some water at some point, so we collected water.
Yeah, no checks needed. You as like because you like have been the one who wanders the wilderness, you can gather like sufficient food and water and stuff because you know what the fuck you're doing out there. You're as a whole pretty experienced survivalists as a group. Most menial tasks in the wilderness, not going to be any problem for any of you.
So as I get back to camp after scavenging around, I'm gonna relay the information that we're gonna stop by this like creepy ass forest. So yeah, we're gonna have fun with that.
Just kind of staring, like,
All right, cool talk.
Do you relay anything else from your conversation with Ares to them?
Yeah, I trust him enough at this point. We're kind of in the thick of it all together.
Okay.
The thick of it.
The thick
No.
of it.
No.
Into the thick of it.
Shut up. A lightning bolt comes down and kills Talia.
You can't just smite everyone when you don't like what they say, okay?
I get spite you for singing that fucking song. No. So specifically, so you kind of share all the details about like, hey, the eclipse is back. Hey, we think they're trying to do something with Titanic magic. Apollo, obviously it's his priest. You don't know how deep he's involved. Do you specifically share what Ares said about Athena and hell having no fury? Or would you not think that's important enough to share?
I think that's important to share.
Okay. Everybody go ahead and make an insight check.
$21.
17.
And actually, Jax, instead of insight, make a religion check for me.
Ooh, natty 20, so 25.
So you kind of relay something to the rest of the group in that Athena is typically depicted as a virgin goddess. And when Ares said something, hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned, about her champion who she's been with for a long time, that makes you think Talia, specifically.
Oh.
Jax is like, it's going right over his head. Dude's been in the military his whole life.
Oh. Bad. This is bad. Mason did something bad.
What'd he do? I'm confused.
He betrayed her in a romantic fashion.
Huh?
Oh my god. Guys. Really?
He was fucking a god. Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Like, what? That's where your brain goes with it. You can't just think about the fact that this, not only was he, obviously he was in love with Athena, but he betrayed her love, but with who? Another goddess?
Probably the wife that was dead.
Perhaps the wife of...
Something,
I don't know.
Jax, everybody actually make a history check.
My boy was fucking a god. Let's go.
9.
11.
19.
Jax and Jade, you remember that Athena had mentioned something, had mentioned knowledge of Artisan's wife and child. And Artisan and his wife had been together. Jax, you'd know this for like 8 years. He'd been Athena's champion for 10. So there was a long time between when Artisan and his wife got together versus now. You don't think that's the promise that was broken, if that makes sense.
Huh. I mean, maybe the promise was just, I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea what he's thinking. May have known him the longest, but I've always kind of respected his space. After all, he was kind of my commanding fucking general, so.
Well, do we think that this new following of Hades has something to do with his wife and child? Maybe he's trying to find a way to get them back?
Point of just order of operations, he made his deal with Hades after you guys returned to Holly. So something he did in between when you guys came back and when you guys took off that next day to head to Athens, is when he broke his promise. And that you can probably put together that's when Athena started tracking him, and you guys. So
That was after we told him.
that was after you told him. So what you can basically think is that after his wife and child died, he probably made a deal with Hades, breaking his pact with Athena, and where he used to be sworn to like protect Athens and lead Greece as like a military leader. He is instead probably gone after some sort of vengeance pact and has taken on the god of death in the underworld to help him accomplish that.
So he probably has literally nothing to do with protecting anything anymore. He just wants revenge.
Yep. Revenge is the one thing that will drive you mad. It will consume you from all angles, and nothing else matters when your heart is set on it, whether it's good or bad for you.
So you can kind of deduce what the pact was by just getting his wife and kid back.
But what is he? I mean,
He's probably having to kill some people.
yeah, but how? We don't know how to find him. And even if we do, is he, for him, yes, for the stuff for Athena, but then we're also trying to figure out what happened to King Theseus. And I don't know that he had anything to do with it unless something about the Athenian government is involved.
We kind of just have to choose at this point on what we want to pursue. If we're going to keep going north and heading to this other Eclipse camp and kill them and stop them from doing these gates, we should continue north. If we want to circle back and risk getting caught while tracking Artisan, we can do that. We have two options.
I don't think it's worth it to go after someone who's probably not someone we're going to be able to save. Yeah, I think it's much better use of our time to try and, kill more bad guys and stop them from doing those horrible things to other people.
And I'm kind of itching for a fight after being locked up anyway. That dude was a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he was an asshole.
But we are subbing up to that creepy ass forest first.
Okay.
It would be on your way from like Demetrius has like the notes and stuff from that he took from the Eclipse camp you guys first raided, and like where the map is of the Eclipse camp in Boeotia is like on the other side of this forest thing.
So we'd go through the forest and end up on the other side where we need to be.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So the forest is like a little before Thebes, and Thebes just outside of Thebes, which is like the capital of Boeotia.
Just a fire swamp. How bad could it be?
Oh, it's gonna be fun. Especially because Ares asked. Well, it'll always be fun when Ares asks.
Whatever you say, dude. I'm just kind of like walking away, or click at my horse and kind of keep going.
Hey, whenever Ares told me to do something, it always turned out good. Except for that huge scar on my eye. That was the only time.
So just the one time.
The one time.
Okay. As long as it was just the one time.
And many others.
Okay. Good talk. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys begin to head out for the after like resting, you begin to head north. Are you looking for any villages or anything, like get some supplies?
Yeah, if
we
there's
probably
a
should.
small village that we end up passing on the way, now would probably be a good time to get it. get.
We all get a long rest, right?
We had gotten a long rest.
Yeah,
but-
over the course of the few days.
I'm just making sure.
yeah. So if there is a small village, see if maybe we can pop in and see if there is anything available for us to get, items wise.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make perception checks.
Oh.
Ooh,
8.
that's gonna be a good one.
7.
18.
So you guys are all kind of looking around, and Jax, you're kind of leading the way, and you find a small farming village, kind of in like a plains area you guys have settled into. Yeah.
Gonna trot right in.
All right. You trot right in, Athenian garb and all. Most of the people just kind of look at you and like nod their heads and stuff as you all ride into the village. There's like a small open air market area. And then just like small houses and land.
Okay. Alright, so I'll
Let's go to the market.
tie the horse up and we'll start walking through the market.
Okay. So you guys tie your horses up, dismount, begin walking through the market. You see there's not a ton in here. Pretty small little area here. You guys can easily like trade and barter for like supplies and stuff. So yeah, you guys go into the small open air market. There isn't a ton of stuff there, but there's like dried food and stuff near like stuff. I mean, there's survival food, water, anything you can need for like survival. Not like arcane stuff.
Is there anyone's like fabric and stuff?
Yeah, there's like 4 stalls. One's like food, one's like clothes and stuff, and one's like survival gear.
I'm probably gonna go to the one with clothes and just kind of get rid of my Athenian like colors on my armor.
Okay. You read the sign. There's like a little sign that says Von Maximus. And there's like a old man with like a large mustache who is behind the stall. It says, what can I help you with?
Looking to like, I think my armor has like blue, like, right? Athenia is blue.
Right. So you have like you have your armor itself, which has like blue trim in it, and you also have like a little cape thing. Your helmet has like a blue plume, and your armor has like blue trim. But if you want to get rid of like the cape or just pick up some clothes and stuff, you see this guy has stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the cape.
Okay.
And just change it with like another color.
It's like any color in particular.
Not really. Surprised me.
Surprised me. He kind of reaches under his desk, pulls out like a new metal, pins it to like this bright orange like cape that he then pins onto your armor and says, do you want me to, if you don't mind me asking, soldier, why are you changing your colors?
I felt like changing it up for a little bit.
Who am I to judge? I'm pretty anti-government anyway, so fuck them.
Exactly. Fuck them.
He's like, yeah, that'll be 1 drachma, one gold basically.
I give him 1 gold.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm probably just gonna ditch my helmet at this point.
Okay.
Because I doubt anyone can change the fucking plume on a helmet. At least here.
It's like, do you want me to just cut it off?
Honestly, I've been digging like the no helmet. Feels a little more badass.
All right. Well, I don't know. Give it to some kids to play with or some shit.
Yeah. I find a random kid and just give him the helmet.
He puts it on. It's like so big for his head. It's really cute. It's like a small little kid in
Aw.
tattered clothes with like this giant helmet on.
I kind of just rough up his head a little bit. Like, here you go, kid.
Thanks,
No.
mister.
You'll be a strong soldier one day.
Is anybody else doing anything in town?
I want to refill my health potion stuff if it's possible, if I can find anybody who might be able to procure that. I don't know if that's survival stuff or...
So you go to like the survival stall,
Excuse me.
and you see that there's no like potions or anything. There is a book on like there's like a young woman who's tending to the desk. She has like a book of stuff kind of like next to her, but just like rope packs, saddles, blankets, things like that. She does not have, they do not seem to have any potions out here.
Can I go up and like see what the books say?
Yeah, you go up to reach for the book and she fucking slaps your hand. What do you think you're doing?
I'm not taking. I just want to see what the book says.
You can't just grab my stuff.
I wasn't trying to grab it. I'm just looking at it. I want to say grab it.
This is my book. It's not for sale.
What does the cover say? I'm curious. I like books.
Make a perception check with disadvantage because her hand's like kind of covering the book.
That's a 11.
11.
Yeah.
You like can make out the last like half of the word is Val, V-A-L, but there's like two words and you can only make out V-A-L of the second word.
What's that book about?
This book's about you leaving me the fuck alone.
All right. I was just looking for see if they had a book like for curing potions or making potions.
I have nothing for you.
Give you like 5 gold.
I have nothing for you. Please leave.
I'm just kind of like, all right, let's go. Let's just go. Thanks. And
She was looking specifically at Jax. Tali, if you wanted to ask her a question or something, she would not be completely dismissive of you.
Go
okay,
back to the fucking clothing stall guy. He was cool.
okay.
I'll go with you.
Honestly, we should probably buy cloaks too at this point.
We have cloaks. We took cloaks.
Not Eclipse cloaks though.
Huh.
You know, that's a little weird that we have Eclipse cloaks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, thinking about it now, I mean, that's kind of bad that we have those.
And you wonder why the soldiers thought you guys were responsible?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Whoopsie. All right, well, what, I'm kind of just like looking around to see. I really need to find out more about healing. Is there anyone around here who sells potions or books with spells, anything that I might be able to use?
You still see the lady that shooed Jax away. She might be a little nicer if you ask her a question instead
That's
of
what
just...
I'm asking her.
Okay, well, you just sounded like you were... Okay, so you go up and you ask her, is there anybody who can like teach us how to make potions or sell potions or anything? She says, I know how to make potions. I don't have any in stock right now. But, you know, I have this book, and you hold it up, it says, World Survival is the title of it. She says, there's lots of good tips in here. I'd be willing to trade it, but not for money. I need help with something. Actually, the village needs help with something.
Oh, okay. I can try.
You and your friends there look like, you know, strong kind of adventuring types.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, there were some soldiers stationed out here, because we've been having trouble with some bandits in the mountains, or in the hills. But they all got called back to the city or to Athens proper, so I don't know what's going on, but we're kind of defenseless right now. If you could help clear out those bandits, maybe I could trade you this book.
Okay. Do we know where they are? Do we know where they stay?
There's a ruined temple up in the hills that I think some of them are reported seeing at. Or people reported seeing them. It's got like cover and shelter from the elements, so it would be a good place to hide, and nobody's going looking for it, so it would make sense, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. Do we know what they... Is it the same group all the time, or are these all different men? Or do they seem like they're in a group together?
They seem just like disorganized drifters. Attack farms, rob people on the highway, or on the roads, and then drift in and out. You see some of the same people, but it's not always the same people.
Well, I guess we could try and see if we can help you with the problem. I mean, we are we were just passing through, but it seems that you need the assistance, and I could definitely use the trade. Let me talk to my friends. Now be back, as I'm just kind of like walk away. Go up to them, guys.
Definitely have bought like 4 cloaks by accident. Talking to this dude.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I need to borrow him, as I'm like pulling his shoulder.
My 1 to your 4.
No, this is my best friend. You gotta leave him here.
Well, he'll come right back. I just need to borrow him for 1 minute.
I don't want to leave. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's great. He and I were just talking about all the problems that the systematic theocracy has failed the common folk.
Exactly.
Well, that's great. That's fabulous, Jax.
Like, why are always military people beating on the poor guy?
I don't know. Slavery's still a really big problem here in Attica.
I know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Well,
Man.
they have another problem. The girl over there is telling me that they're...
No. She was mean to me.
She's mean to everyone. I wouldn't take it too personal.
Okay, never mind. Okay, go on.
You were also kind of like pokey and like handsy. So let's just be honest about that, okay?
I never said I tried to grab it or anything. I just want to say I want to look at it, like peer at it.
Whatever. She wasn't impressed by you, so that's why. It's fine.
My best friend says she's a bitch, and she's a bitch.
Okay, then she's
had a hard
sure.
life. Calling her a bitch is a bit reductive.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's just move on. They have a bandit problem here. They've asked
yeah,
us...
the bandits are bad.
I've been kind of bloodthirsty a little bit, so
she has
on it.
She has a book that can help us learn spells to heal. No one here sells potions, or she says she can make them, but she has nothing in stock. But this book is helpful. We need to trade for this. And she wants us to go after them. And she thinks that they're in the abandoned temple, the ruins that's just upside the hill. Do you know anything about this, Jax's best friend?
Oh yeah, we got a really bad bandit problem. That's why she can't make any potions, because they've stolen all her crop of ingredients and stuff. But yeah, there's a temple.
Kind of mean.
They're bad people. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, the problem is when you subject the poor to the same conditions for so long, sometimes they just take matters into their own hands.
Okay.
Poverty and crime are directly related.
This is fucking Korg. I just got that. Did you print enough pamphlets?
Yeah, but there's a couple little temples in the hills. If you take care of the bandits, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll even throw in a couple new saddlebags for y'all.
Okay, that's that. You know, we really need to do this. We need to get ourselves situated, get what we need, and get the hell out of here so that we can continue our travels and get up to Boeotia quickly. Get to your uninhabited forest as well.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, well, we need to go to the ruins first.
Yeah, I'm already leaving. Let's go.
Oh, okay, let's go then.
So you guys all hop on your horses and ride out of town for about a half an hour. You guys get up into the hills. There's like some sparse trees around. It's pretty like plainsy area for the most part, just a few rolling hills. And as you guys kind of come up onto like this temple thing, go ahead and make perception checks.
I definitely hit everyone a cloak.
13.
13.
17.
So you guys all like see this seems like a ruined temple. There's like some walls and part of a roof still standing. There's like a lot of holes in it. And you see a couple people like sitting up against the temple on the outside. All of you do. Demetrius like pulls his horse back for a second. And kind of pauses as the rest of you continue walking.
You good there, bud?
He kind of points to some parts of the temple and says, "Are those spider webs?" And as he points them out, you guys all turn to the temple and see massive like strings of like web and stuff kind of littered all over the temple.
Great.
Something very big made those. Maybe we shouldn't go in.
I'm already off my horse walking up.
Jax, as you get closer, you notice that the people you thought were just sitting against the temple aren't sitting. They are dead.
Their bodies.
Leaned up against the temple.
Oh, great. Cool.
Like placed there, or like they look like they got stuck there?
They look like they got killed there.
Okay, so maybe someone else has already done our job.
Or it's a giant spider.
I mean, yeah, I'm not looking forward to figuring that out.
I think she lied to us.
The bodies do look fresh, Jax.
I think she lied to us.
What do you mean she lied to us? It obviously looks like these are, I mean, these men don't...
I just don't like her. That's all.
You just don't like her because she told you to screw off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just letting you know. Alright, well, I don't wanna.
I mean, we could lure it out here. Not have to go inside.
Oh. Okay.
I start banging on my shield really loudly in front of the cave entrance.
I'm like picking up my scimitar like very nervously.
Just for point of clarification, not all of this temple's like walls are standing if you want to like look around outside, but as you bang on your shield you hear skittering.
Like multiple skittering.
Make a perception check.
Oh god. I'm so scared.
Natty 1.
No. Yes. I didn't wait to listen to what you were saying before I said no. And I realized what you said, so I said yes.
Talia, you don't just hear skittering inside the temple, you hear skittering all around you. You feel spiders crawling up your legs and arms. No, you can't. You just hear it's like echoing, kind of like between the hills and the rock of the temple.
Okay.
You see a couple spiders on the ground though.
That doesn't bother me as much.
Is it a couple or a couple hundred?
Don't answer that question.
Okay, I won't answer that question. Is anybody else doing anything?
I want to look around. I'm scared. That one just fucked me up.
So there's like spiders all around, right? On
Yes.
the ground. I step on one.
That was a bad idea.
I just walk right by. I walk right by Talia, stop and just step on the two in front of her.
No. Why are you guys doing that?
Okay, you both step on spiders. The skittering stops as you do.
Y'all just fuck up so bad.
Or not.
No.
Is there another one in front of me?
There's
As you're looking around, you see that there's a lot of spiders here.
a lot of spiders. And guess what? The more we step on, the more angry we're gonna make the big one that made all these little ones.
I cast Sacred Flame. I'm
Play.
out a couple of them.
Why you gonna light? Oh my god, you're such an
Okay,
arsonist.
you burn a spell slot, and you.
But it's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip. You set some of these small, like insignificant spiders on fire.
I hate spiders, man.
Can spiders be poisoned?
No.
Well, I'm fucked. Okay. Hi, Play.
You hear inside sounds of like work almost, like the hands, like you hear like hands moving, more skittering as well, almost like thread is kind of what you hear, like weaving in a way.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and see if I can peek around the corner where there is no wall.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
19. You see a massive figure on the like wall of the one of the walls that's standing, like dart up from the wall into the standing all the way up to like the tippy top of like the vaulted roof to the shadows. With a 19 perception check, you see dozens of corpses on the inside of the floor. The people who you would assume to be the bandits, all dead. And from the ceiling, several bodies are hanging, wrapped up in like cocooned webs.
I turn around. Yeah, there's no guys here. I think we should leave.
But it's a spider. I don't like spiders.
So let's just leave it the fuck alone and go away.
But we can kill it.
No.
Kill it.
God. You just like killing things, you stupid soldier. You just want to kill things.
I'm literally the champion of Ares.
I don't care. You shouldn't be killing it just because you're killing it. It's disgusting, but it's still a living creature, and we can't kill it.
Talia and Jax, you guys are kind of like arguing outside of the temple. And Jax, you decide to head in. As you're like going around the side wall, correct? You doing anything before you enter the temple?
I cast Shield of Faith,
Okay.
which just gives me a +2 to my AC.
All right. As you step in, you get a strength. Make a strength saving throw.
Yep, I got an 18.
So with an 18, you like step into the ground, and you notice that it's like webbing almost. It looks like it's just caked in like layer of web. You don't get like entrapped in it, but you notice that your movement is slowed as it's kind of like hard to pick your feet up off the ground with each and every step. Go ahead and make a perception check here in the temple as you're like kind of across the threshold.
20. 13.
13. So you see that like there is several dead bandits out here. Like their clothes are kind of tattered. There's a lot of just like random shit kind of scattered across the floor of the building. And then there's like some crops and stuff and just like pouches of stuff. So it looks like they're just robbing indiscriminately. And that all these guys are dead now. You kind of look towards the ceiling, but it's too dark up there for you to see anything. Where Talia kind of mentioned that she saw something. What you doing?
I'm gonna take a torch, light it, and just chuck it up there.
Okay. As you chuck up the torch, just kind of up in the area, it's up and kind of illuminates part of the like vaulted ceiling area for just a second. You see a massive spider body, like the thorax and like abdomen of a spider with like 8 legs or 6 legs. 8, I mean. And you also see like long white hair. But then it kind of like darts into the shadows again as like the torch falls down and you couldn't stay up there for very long. What are you doing?
Huh. That's not creepy at all. Anybody else with me or no? Or is it just me?
You're the only one who's entered in so far.
Yeah, I'm right behind you, but I haven't gone in yet. Which I guess I have to now.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw another torch up, and as soon as it illuminates the body, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on it.
As you throw the torch up, or go ahead and make an attack roll. I'm trying to beat what I just rolled.
That's a 19.
A 19. As you throw the torch up, like a wave of webbing comes and just knocks it back down from in the shadows. So it does not even reach the ceiling.
Okay.
She knows you're here now.
Yeah. Well,
I'm kind of like from outside. Jax?
I'm just gonna slowly start backing away.
Talia, do you cross into the temple yet?
No, I'm still kind of at the door. Well, not the door, at the side, kind of like looking in at him because he's just out of my line of sight being inside.
Jade and Demetrius, what are you two doing as Jax like enters this temple?
I'm kind of just like hanging right outside the door, seeing what Jax relays back to us.
I'm doing the same.
And I'm a little afraid right now, since I saw the white hair, so I'm just not really saying anything. I'm just slowly backing away to where I entered.
Jax, what's going on in there?
Not a word.
I'm just kind of like looking at him, and he's backing up very nervously. So I'm like, oh god, I saw you, didn't it?
I'm gonna throw up dancing lights.
Oh god.
Oh, yes.
So you're outside the temple, like, so are you on the like ruined wall side, or like there's like a wall with like a doorway in it? Which side do you think you're on, Demetrius?
The ruined wall side.
Okay. What's the range on dancing lights?
120 feet.
Okay. You cast dancing lights. Everybody go ahead and make a perception check.
18.
18.
I don't really want to see what it is. I'm
22.
terrified already.
Okay. Jax, as you're slowly backing away, Demetrius flings these lights up. And there's like this portion of the ceiling that kind of covers where Jax has entered. But like a lot of the support structures come out. As Demetrius, you throw up the lights to the ceiling, you see a giant spider with the top half of a human body with this long white hair skittering across the ceiling, and it jumps down, plunging towards Jax. Fangs hissing, about to land.
Reaction.
And that's where we end our session.
No.
Okay, so everybody, that was Idiots Rolling Dice. I will fix the technical problems I've been having. I promise. I'll find a way. But yeah, killing like a villain. Okay, I am Mimic the Idiot. I am Dungeon Master of this campaign. I am joined by Daisy Cakes, who plays Talia, Jimmy, who plays Jade Dragonborn, Playful, who plays Demetrius Longwing. I don't know why I can't remember anything tonight. And Vex, who plays Jax Karn. This is the Epic campaign. You can follow us on social medias, or for those of us who stream, which is a good portion of us, links are in the description below. At Twitter, at IrdPod, IRDPOD. Once again, that's at IRDPOD on Twitter. Follow there for updates. You can follow along on Instagram and TikTok as well. And the full handle is at Idiots Rolling Dice for that. New episodes are streamed live every Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And new episodes come out every of the podcast and the YouTube channel, which you should go subscribe to if you like watching this. Come out every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. So that's it. This is always fun. We're glad to be back. Hopefully we don't have to skip many more weeks and stuff, but it's summertime. Everybody's very busy, and this is, side project for all of us, so we can't, sometimes things take priorities. But yeah, that was it. Hopefully we got it all. And stay safe out there. Cheers.